Hello and welcome to Chess with Simon. I'm Simon and I'm playing the Sicilian defence, and it's such a good opening. So we're kind of expecting d4 here. We're going to take with a pawn. It's going to be an open Sicilian. We are going to hit the e pawn with our knight. We're going to play a6, taking away the b5 square from our opponent's pieces. Bishop g5. We're going to put our bishop in the way to stop there being a problem. We're going to put a queen on c7. They castle long. What do we do here? I never know. Okay, let's try and work it out. Do we move the knight or do we move the pawn? It must be the knight, right? If we move the pawn, the big worry is e5, hitting the rook. Then you play bishop b7. Then they take on d6. You take back. If you play knight bd7, there's none of that nonsense. So I think you play the knight. Oh wow! So this is the one where they sack a knight on d5, isn't it? Okay. Fine. The king moves to one side. No, that's not what you normally do. So now I think this is confusing systems, as they say in the trade. I think this is mixing up systems. So now what happens if you play... Oh, I see, they're protecting against b4. So maybe white's not in terrible trouble, but this is kind of mixing up two systems. So how's about knight knight c5, hitting the bishop but also plotting against the e pawn. I think that's quite a good move. And then maybe what we'll see is the bishop might take on f6, but then our bishop takes, and then that's hitting the knight. So I think we're all right there. We might also just swap that bishop off on d3 because it's quite a good piece. But we might also play b4 and then aim to take on e4, which could be very useful because the queen and rook are, unfortunately, for white, the queen and rook are aligned on that long diagonal where the bishop is. So immediately what we look at here is, can we take on c3? Because that was played very quickly. Take on c3. Then they've got to take... It's so tempting, isn't it, to take on c3? They've got to take on... Yeah, I think we're gonna... The small detail is, when the bishop takes, I think probably we'll take with the king. Now, you've got to be really accurate here. But I think we want to attack really quickly on the queen's side and where the opponent's king is. And so I think taking with the king's better. I haven't really done the variations, I just feel it. Because the king is probably as safe in the centre as it is on the flank. How about that? Hitting b2. You do not want to play pawn takes pawn here. And if you let me take with a pawn on b2, then I might try and put my knight on c3. Oh, wow, okay. Now knight... I mean, if only you could defend that pawn, knight c3 would be mate. So should we try and do that? Should we try and defend... Oh, we can't go that way though. We'll lose the queen. And we can't quite... Okay. No, not that rook. This rook's going to be busy on the f file. So we should put this rook on the f file first. Gosh. It's a bit indecisive. Okay, so okay, I'm going to put my rook on here. It's really hard. It's really complicated. That's a Sicilian defence for you. Okay, we're going to do this, and I've got a big idea. Yeah, well, okay, you think you're playing really quickly, don't you? Well, Yabu to you. Okay, so, right. The idea, I think, is that come on then. No props. Pawn takes no props, queen takes no props. Can't break through. Queen takes is probably the better move. Now, the point is, or a point is that check, and then I'm going to push the pawn. The knight's pinned against the king. My opponent's played very quickly, but I think I've got a real attack going. And I don't think white's breaking through very quickly. In fact, after the check, I could actually even... Wow. Okay, I didn't see that. That's a bit of a problem, but maybe it's okay. Weirdly, maybe it's okay. I am one of life's optimists, it is true. But maybe it's okay. Because okay, we are going to have to be a bit careful here. Where's the bishop going? Maybe the bishop's going back. Maybe the bishop's going back. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Wow. Really? Okay, well that didn't achieve much, did it? Is this an attempt to win on time, is it? What would be great would be to penetrate to the back. Okay, let's do this and get some activity on that bishop. I think that pawn's still a great asset. If we can put the rook on the 7th rank, basically winning. Okay, so let's try to deflect the bishop. If we can deflect the bishop, we can win. Because if that bishop takes, and we're forking the rook and the bishop, it's actually very beautiful. So for instance, rook d7, yeah, okay. Oh, but you know what? Oh, it works. It works. It's beautiful, and it works. Yeah. That was really pretty, really enjoyable. I mean, you know, not without its tricky moments, but enjoyable nonetheless. Yeah. Okay, black had some chances that we missed. Even fight. Good fight. It's very hard to be accurate. Was this right? Was it right to take the knight? Not really. Oh well. But it's so complicated. That was bad. So what's the chance we missed here? should have taken on f5, should we? Oh well. So hard to do. Okay, so that was a mistake. This is a blunder. What should we have done? Knight c3. Why does knight c3? Oh, because then you fought the king and rook. You fought the king and rook on d1. Beautiful. Look, we made a mistake. But we saw a trick and we played it. Okay, we missed a mate here. Rook f1 was a better... Oh, look at that. Look at that. You do the rook check, the bishop takes, and then there's a check on e4. And all you can do is put the knight in the way. That's a really good way to finish, isn't it? Okay, so basically this takes, check there. Okay, you can put, sorry, you put the bishop in the way. Wow, that would have been cute. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. Interesting game.